Thank you, Chris. For our team's second recommendation is to introduce an integrity-based management in Kitchen Best. There are three key principles to integrity-based management system: implementing checks and balances, which Chris had just discussed, a fair code of conduct, and cultivating an ethical culture within Kitchen Best. Mr. Chang, for an SME like Kitchen Best to expand even further, a code of conduct is crucial. A code of conduct not only helps reduce the instances of conflict of interest, but it also enhances the trust and confidence of Kitchen Best's contractors, suppliers, customers, and all parties who have business dealing with Kitchen Best. Thus, Kitchen Best needs to establish a uniform code of conduct and ethics for its staff and directors. And once this code of conduct has been established, managers should ensure that all employees, whether working locally or cross borders, understand the provisions and spirit of the code. A code of conduct is a long and comprehensive document that needs to be signed by employees and directors of the company. But our team will only talk about the three key sections in a proper code of conduct. The first section of code of conduct is the declaration of ethical commitment. This shows that Kitchen Best regards honesty, integrity, and fair play as its core values and expects its directors and staff to follow these values when conducting business. The next section is about conflict of interest. Directors and staff of Kitchen Best should avoid any conflict of interest or the perception of it. When actual or potential conflict of interest arises, the director or staff should make a declaration to Henry Chang via a form of declaration of conflict of interest. The third section is the misuse of official position, company assets, and information. Directors and staff of Kitchen Best must not misuse their official position in the company to pursue their own personal interests, whether that be financial, personal, or for those of their friends and families or relatives. Mr. Chan, by having a fair code of conduct that applies to both directors and staff, it ensures that Kitchen Best's internal operations are conducted in good faith, thus ensuring a healthy future for Kitchen Best. The directors and managers of Kitchen Best should also focus on cultivating an ethical culture within Kitchen Best. The managers of Kitchen Best should provide clear directives to the subordinates on company policies by acting as a role model. This is all the more truer for an SME like Kitchen Best, where the managers typically enjoy a close relationship with staff. All Kitchen Best managers should exercise vigilant monitoring and control of malpractices. Any suspected or identified malpractices should be dealt with quickly and impartially. One of the consistent messages from the managers should be zero tolerance towards malpractices. When handling internal complaints, managers should encourage staff at all levels and business partners to report anything they know of pertaining to suspected or identified malpractices. In addition, Kitchen Best should also communicate with its stakeholders about its new code of conduct. Kitchen Best should send a letter to its suppliers and companies having business dealings. The key point of this letter is to make sure that no advantages are offered to Kitchen Best's staff during business dealings, and thus doing so avoiding potential conflict of interest. To conclude, if Kitchen Best installs a checks and balances system and engage in integrity-based management, it will prevent malpractices within the company and enhance the business reputation of Kitchen Best as an honest and trustworthy company with quality products, thus making it much easier to attract and retain customers and help Kitchen Best expand overseas. Our team hopes that Mr. Chang can support the recommendations and adopt them to help Kitchen Best get on the right track.